Welcome, Sassins, to the grand voyage of the Maiden Fine, all right. Welcome, Sassins, to the Maiden voyage of the SASACAST, which is what we've decided to call our hopefully weekly podcasts, where this is our very first episode, and we all work in the VR industry in some way, shape, or form. So the very first topic of the first episode, actually the entire topic of this episode is going to be about VR, with the exception of opening lightning round questions to help you get to know all of Team Sasa a little bit better. Enzer, take it away.
All right.
Oh, wait, hold on, sorry. Joining me, we need to do introductions. Joining me, first of all, I am MagnusBeasticus.
Well, here we can do this. We can just say, what's your name? Or in the lightning round, I'll ask what's your name.
Okay. I'm putting my faith in you.
Did you have any other criteria you would like to cover?
I think we should do introductions first.
Okay, great.
Are you sure we shouldn't get something
Overruled.
to eat first?
Okay, so I'm MagnusBeasticus. Joining all of you on the far left of your vision, I think, is where that'll be.
This way.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm Moose. Hello.
Unless they're sitting the opposite way, then they'd be backwards.
We'll find
Oh, those
Unless they're upside-
watchers need
if
help.
They're in the upside down.
We're this way if you're looking behind you.
That's a curtain.
No, over here.
Yeah.
My eyes are up here.
I am Enzer. Hello and welcome.
I'm Kat.
Maximus.
Remember the everything. Nice to meet you.
And so that is the introduction of all of Team Sasa. You may have noticed in this video, it's a 360 video going along with the VR theme. I don't imagine all of our podcasts are going to be 360. Some are going to take place in VR. Some are going to be full 2D like you're probably used to. And we're just going to experiment. So with that, let us get on to the lightning round questions.
All right. So we're going to start here with Moose.
Hmm.
I'm going to shoot off some questions. Okay?
Fantastic. I've got
These
answers.
are easy questions, quick
I'm
answers.
sweating bullets.
No. We're going to do one question, and then everybody answers.
Yes.
Oh, down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay. I like that even better.
Ready to rock.
You ready?
I think so.
Okay. Marvel or DC?
Ooh, Marvel.
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 Well, you see, Marvel.
How marvelous.
Wow.
Why did we even put that question?
Yeah, that's a
I
good.
don't know.
That's a
There
good
was no
one.
point.
Boo! Rewrite.
Although I did just see the new Batman vs Superman movie, and my opinion is tipping it to DC a little bit.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
Wow. Get
the
out of here.
director's cut
Obviously.
was pretty
You're
good.
tipping to DC because Batman got angry.
Hold on,
at
hold on,
Superman?
guys. Wait, hold on.
There's lightning round.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's the opposite of a lightning round.
If you're giving your life story, you've failed the lightning round.
All right.
You're cast out.
Let's
Okay.
continue.
Next
We're tallying
question.
fails.
Tank, healer, or DPS?
DPS.
Tank.
Healer.
Tank.
You sure?
Yes.
Oh.
Lightning.
I don't play a lot of MMO core.
I don't see you as a tank, but tank.
DPS?
Healer. Sorcery.
Yes.
Healer sorcery.
Yeah.
Sounds like DPS to me.
Yeah, it's sorcery.
Okay.
No,
healer
it's
sorcery.
HPS.
Healer per no.
Heals per second.
I mean that is a
Mm.
thing, but
Well, if you guys
That is a
played
thing.
Warhammer,
All right.
you'd know.
All right.
Low blow.
Okay.
We're off to a
Warhammer.
great
So,
start.
up next, Pokemon or Digimon?
Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Digimon, you all are fools.
I've learned something about you.
Yeah, I
today.
know.
Pokemon.
Didn't know that.
Shame.
Okay, now, for me,
You don't
it's a-
start off with okay
it's-
now.
it's- okay, no,
It's a lightning
two questions.
round.
red, and blue Pokemon. That's what I like. Red and blue Pokemon. The other Pokemon can just too many.
So then you choose Pokemon.
You mean ice cream mon doesn't cut it for you?
Refrigerator Mon?
You mean Carpet Mon is gonna?
Yeah.
What's its attack? Dust.
As long as we're breaking the format, I'm with. I'm
Super
with.
effective. All right, on to the next one. Anime or live action?
Live action.
Anime.
Live action. I'm
It's going to tear us
sorry.
apart.
Anime.
Anime.
This will be our last podcast.
Anime.
Wow.
Hey
That was
guys,
the
we're
winner of
Well,
Digimon.
let's dig into that one
for-
later. Okay.
Let's
This one's
dig into that
important.
one a little bit.
Courage, wisdom, or power?
Courage.
This is tough.
It is.
Courage.
Wisdom.
A third of all three.
No,
That's
you can't
bullshit.
choose that.
Ooh.
Yeah, no.
Wisdom.
Power.
The Triforce.
Give me that pen.
Choose one.
Goodness. Well then. Wisdom is cool, but power, you seems like you're immortal, so I'll choose power.
Wait, but with wisdom, you could
That's
just
not a
make
leap.
an immortality device.
No, no, no.
Did-
we're
did-
not
did
gonna
Zelda
go
ever
there.
do that, though?
He already
No.
chose.
Yeah, some kind of nerd.
Ganon did
You chose
though,
power. Moving on.
with his power.
Who is your favorite superhero or supervillain?
Oh man, I'm going off the wrong lightning round list.
Oh, it's been updated since then.
Yeah.
Now it's
Fantat-
truly super duper lightning round.
Oh, okay, well, fine. Johnny the homicidal maniac.
Yeah, I really got.
Would you consider him a villain or a hero?
A little bit of both. He's kind of an idiot, but you know.
Okay. All right. So, I guess mine would have to be Vegeta.
Madoka Magica.
Is that a character? I thought that was an anime.
I thought that was her name. I could be wrong.
I would have sworn it would
coulda
have been
just
Gertrude.
screwed myself. I changed my answer. Gertrude.
Gertrude
From
from?
I Hate
It's like-
Fairyland, which is a great comic that you should all
She's a
read.
villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I forgot about her.
Bash the Stampede is a hero, and Meruem from Hunter x Hunter as a villain.
Man, you
Really?
got
You're not
you
gonna
had
say-
Or
one
Hunter X-
answer.
or-
You're not gonna say Hisoka? Hisoka?
Hisoka is great, but Meruem is like... Yeah. Meruem. Meruem-sama.
I would have sworn it would have been Goku, but anyway.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Turns
Got-
out Blitz knows us all too well.
Guts.
Changing all of
Is
our
it
answers.
turning out that he doesn't?
Yeah, I don't know anything about you guys anymore.
Superhero is kind of tough. I guess right now I'd go with All Might, and then for villain I would probably go. Well, no, for villain we'll leave that for next time.
Hero Killer Stain.
Yeah, this was a or kind of question, not an and
Yeah,
kind of
we'll
question.
leave it for
Oh,
next
you
time.
should've
So, All
specified.
He did specify.
All
He
Might.
said or
You
supervillain.
You
Even
should have chose a
more.
hero that served both purposes, like Vegeta.
Whatever.
Anyway,
Meruem-sama.
okay, Team Rocket or Red Ribbon Army?
Okay, well now that I've had a chance to see the list, can Wash Hoban from Firefly be a superhero because he flies the shit out of a Firefly
mean,
class
He is
transport?
Leaf
If
on
he's
Wing.
your
It's what I'm
hero-
going with.
Yeah.
Wash Hoban. Okay, and then you were saying what is it? Team Rocket or Red Ribbon Army?
Yeah,
Considering I have no idea what
It's
the Red
basically-
Ribbon Army is.
Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
the-
well. Team Rocket.
Dragon
Bu-
Ball.
That girl
bubbling
was
gang
oh,
of
I
Uncultured so-and-so.
Jessie.
Team
I
Rocket.
wanted to ask her out, even though she was evil.
Her crazy like whoosh,
That
curve
ponytail.
like sickle hair.
Just wanted to fall asleep in it.
Like a little hammock.
All
Curl up in it.
I mean, there's no limit to the uses for that ponytail.
James in a dress.
It's true.
If, you know, after some Habusaki, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, Bulbasaur. Sexy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Red Ribbon Army. Sorry, but
Team Rocket.
Red Ribbon Army.
Yeah, Red Ribbon Army.
Gotta go with the RR.
Red Ribbon?
Yes. TR, Team Rocket, RR, Red
Yeah,
Ribbon.
for some reason I imagine like RR on Team Rocket's shirt. I didn't really play or do anything with Pokemon except for the
that was
first
a
3 movies.
stupid question. We're moving on to
Who
more
wrote that one
stupid
down?
questions.
What did-
Okay, loot or lore? This one's deep. Says a lot about you.
Lore.
Yeah, lore.
Lore.
I'm gonna take somebody else's answer. They
You're
said
all
lore
copycats.
because it leads to better loot.
That's bullshit.
Well, I mean,
But before it was loot because
It leads
you-
to better
loot
lore?
improves yourself. So
Loot, because there's lore attached to it already.
I'm going with the Dark Souls vibe, so I'm about, yeah, lore with loot, because they're both one and the same.
All your
so-
answers have been bullshit so far.
Oh, you're innocent. I'm calling you out. High noon. Clock tower.
Condense that.
All right, okay, we're going
Be
to take a quick
there.
break. We're going to settle this in Dead and Buried. We'll be right back.
We'll get to that later. Okay. Where are we at? Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Slytherin, or Ravenclaw? To clarify, this is which house are you?
I'm a Gryffindor. It's been confirmed several times.
Ravenclaw?
Slytherin.
Really?
Yes.
Of course.
Through and through.
Hufflepuff.
Ravenclaw.
Hufflepuff.
No, not me.
No,
There's
no,
no-
Hufflepuff. We outnumber you guys, all right?
Definitely
What?
Hufflepuff.
It's me and Enzo
One
as Ravenclaw.
Slytherin
We can beat you all.
outweighs everyone else.
Magnus, beat them
Same.
both up.
Alright, okay. We've all seen Harry Potter. Ravenclaw wins. Okay, moving on.
All Might could have easily been a Hufflepuff, I'm just saying.
He definitely would be.
No, that's the exact opposite. He's natural. Well, okay, we'll get into that later. Sorry. Man, tangents
We're
are
halfway
easy to
through
get
right
into.
now. So,
Halfway.
open, I don't know, I
exciting.
guessed. Open world or linear?
Open world for me, for sure.
Okay, alright.
Judge.
Linear.
Linear.
He likes some rail shooters.
You go left, I'll go right. We'll come together in the end and tell each other stories. Open world, baby. I just totally rubbed against the mic. Stop it.
What was that?
A shameful bicep kiss.
Yeah. Yeah, get that in there.
A Freudian kiss,
Viewer's
perhaps.
gonna love it.
Future regret.
Take off your
Shame.
I'll edit it out.
Shame.
linear.
Better stay in there.
Take 3.
This is tough. This is really tough.
Just as easy as all the other questions. Now answer.
Let's see.
We're not gonna get to him
Open linear.
God.
Halo.
Dark Souls.
Yeah.
No, Dark Souls is linear for
no,
sure.
you can
Dark
go
Souls is
any
not-
way you want if you have enough power. Any way you want.
You can go a select few number of ways. It is not open world.
Any way you want.
Lightning round. Next question.
Read the manga.
Okay, this one's easy. Single player, multiplayer, or co-op?
Multiplayer.
Co-op.
Co-op.
Shit. Co-op story.
Multiplayer.
Isn't co-op just like multiplayer? But I'll choose
No, multiplayer is, think PvP. You are fighting other players. You're
Can't-
fighting
Or with.
Can't you do co-op PvP though?
That's called multiplayer.
Well, I mean, yes, that's I guess the heart
Why
of
you gotta make it
multiplayer, unless you're
difficult?
doing one-on-one.
We're on a tangent here.
Yeah, it's like PvP versus PvE.
What?
That's PvE.
Did you say
all day.
PvP?
Player versus everybody.
Oh, I thought you said PvE versus
Or
PvE. I
E.
was like,
See,
that's
that
the same
would've been a
thing.
really good
Wait.
question.
Environment, but
Environment, yeah. I don't do
player versus everyone.
player versus everyone. Ah!
Find a developer.
Come
Punch him in
at
the face.
Okay, I skipped one. Sci-fi or fantasy?
Science fiction. Fiction based on science. Absolutely. America.
Fantasy.
Yeah, fantasy.
Fiction, science. Science
Alright.
fiction.
Science fiction.
Science fantasy.
What
Knights
The-
and Magic does it, okay?
ever living?
Star Wars?
He is the Everland.
Yeah, I know.
All right, okay.
Ever
Top
trolling.
down or side scroller?
Top down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go top down.
Side scroller.
Side scroller.
Top down.
Don't you dare say diagonal.
Don't even give him that idea.
Oh, you're
Next
right.
question.
I'm
But
shooting
third
at stuff.
person
Shoot
view?
to
Side scroller.
Actually,
No.
well, no,
no,
we'll ask it.
No.
First or third person?
First person.
Third person.
What?
Third person.
With regards to what?
I'm specifically
How
thinking
you
of a
speak?
single player game, not a multiplayer game where you can like corner cheat and all that stuff. Sorry. I'm going against the lightning rule round
This
principles.
awesome body
I touched
motions.
my mic. I goofed up.
Start from the
You're
top.
fired.
All right.
Welcome. First person.
First person.
I'll go with first person since that's the majority of the games I play.
Well,
Warhammer,
Eternal
Dark
That
Souls.
1 and 2 is the only third person.
Fucking what's that other one you play?
Warframe.
Nope. That doesn't count. That
What
doesn't
is
count.
what is the first person
That doesn't
game
count.
that you
Doesn't
play?
count.
Those are the
all of
games
the
you put-
Halos, all of the other games that
Okay.
are shooters,
Look,
all
let's
the
get back to the Master
Battlefields,
Chief
Call of
Collection.
Duty.
It'll work.
All right. Turn-based or real-time combat?
All right. Real-time combat.
Yeah. If I was 7, I'd say turn-based, but it's all about that real-time.
Real time. We all know you like.
Vandal Hearts is turn-based, but Kingdom Hearts is real-time.
But-
I can't decide. I really can't.
But
I'm sorry.
You
I
have
failed
to,
you.
You have to choose.
I failed.
Shame.
Magnus the
I
ever
will say to
undecisive.
appease you,
Shame.
turn-based,
Mm.
but I don't mean it. Max, you're up.
Real combat. Like
Not even a game, just violence.
Yeah, just violence.
Take me back.
Speed and momentum.
Real time.
High school back alley fights.
Real time. Definitely. That's what I said. That's what I'm sticking to it. That's my answer. Huh? Well, you disagree? You're Mr. Squinty Eyes? Come on. Hmm?
I thought you were a tactician. Okay. Water, fire, earth, or airbender?
Earth.
Man, I actually didn't put any thought into this.
Let it come from the heart.
If you watched
Could be a
Avatar,
fire.
you would know in your heart of
Water.
hearts. Air.
Fire.
Come on, Hufflepuff. Come on, air.
I would probably do air, yeah. Just
Yeah.
because can I bring air into space with me?
You do it all the time.
Yeah.
With your farts.
I'm gonna put
Alright,
that one in the
so
stats and we're gonna leave
time
it over
to
there
move
and
on.
come back to it later.
So, abducted by aliens or haunted by ghosts?
Abducted by aliens for sure.
Definitely.
Haunted by ghosts.
Yeah, ghosts.
I feel like this is the fantasy sci-fi question because I would be abducted by aliens. Have a chance to be able to take their ship, fly it back.
Reverse engineer it.
Anybody
Yeah.
ever
Become the
seen
emperor.
Exo
I know you just want the
War?
anal sex.
I mean, there are many obvious
probes.
perks.
The
and
probes
that may
work.
be one of them.
probes.
but-
Probes.
no,
Is
the
that what we're calling
probes.
it?
Yeah.
Not the pro.
Look, I would rather be probed than like sucked into a closet for my life and
There's
And
no
eaten-
reason.
rumpled into nothing.
Eaten
No
by your
reason science
braces.
can't be fun.
You
I
can't
mean,
punch a ghost. Okay.
Unless you have a silver gauntlet.
you might be able to punch a ghost with science. Haven't
Abducted
you
by
seen
aliens.
Spectral?
I'll be
Okay.
abducted by aliens because I want
watch
to
Spectral,
steal their
it sounds
technology.
I mean, it's +1. You're getting
Alright.
off Earth.
Earth sports
Duh.
suck.
Yeah.
Wait, did you answer?
This place
Yeah,
is going down
abducted,
the
Oh,
drain.
okay.
abducted by aliens.
All right. Vampire or werewolf?
Oh,
Hold on.
I've known this since I was a teenager.
Hold on. Who would win, or what would you rather be?
What would you rather be?
What would I rather be?
Okay.
I would rather be a werewolf. And I'm pretty sure I would win.
Vampire, because they're mortal. And if it's a
We're
long,
not
if it's
Werewolves can
necessarily
kill you.
immortal.
over, if the combat is over a long period of time, vampires are always gonna win.
Werewolves can kill you though.
in some canon, werewolves are immortal as well.
They are immortal. They just you can only kill them by doing silver. That's the only way to get kill them. Silver.
Too late.
Vampire.
I've always wanted to feel like turning into a werewolf, like the jaw coming open and the teeth extending and everything.
Ripping all your
It's like-
skin off.
Like
It's
maybe
larger
it hurts
on
at
your
first, but then
face.
over
Yeah,
time
you're
it
just
starts to
like,
feel good. Like
Yeah, it'd just be like such a rush.
Childbirth
but after
all over.
watching,
all over your.
Yeah.
After watching the Castlevania anime, definitely vampire.
Ha!
Here's the thing: what kind of vampires and werewolves are we talking about? Are we talking about Twilight vampires and werewolves? Or are we
No,
talking about
just
like?
There ain't no
typical-
Twilight.
I hate
Yeah.
Beckinsale.
No
Burn
vampires,
you
werewolves,
with
and
my
Twilight.
laser eyes.
You got sparkles and you got abs. That's all you got.
They got powers though, and the werewolves are just wolves, big
Look.
wolves.
All right, nobody's counting
Typical-
that
yeah.
whole universe.
So are we talking about Van Helsing vampires and werewolves?
Ew.
there, or
People who
evolution?
used to
No.
be teenagers and little kids grabbing their hearts
What
right
was
now,
that?
Answer,
Things we do
because
in
of
the
what you
dark?
said.
Was
Good.
Those vampires.
Oh yeah.
40 Days and 40 Night vampires.
Those aren't vampires. Those are quays. All they do is quay.
Quack, quack, quack.
Underworld
Quay,
werewolves.
Quay, Quay.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd say just use Underworld as like your example of
Yeah, there
the
you
two.
go.
Oh, if
That's
we
a
did
good
that, then I'd have
The
to do.
first one.
If I did Underworld, we'd have to be vampires because they're obviously the superior in that movie.
They're really. It's really not though. I
Fantastic.
mean, like Lucian and his guys were badass. It was just that
They got
Craven
their-
dude.
They got
All right.
whooped.
Yeah,
by the end of the series, werewolves are like they're super, but they're like
I'm
ugly
not
looking.
paying attention to
They're
anything
ugly
after
and
the first.
nasty.
Ugly and I don't know, man. I thought the ones in the first one were pretty badass.
No, but
and
towards
I don't
the
care.
end.
All right, let me
Okay,
just
guys.
interject here and
Yeah.
ask a question about ranged or melee weapons.
Ranged weapons for me.
What era are we talking about?
You can throw
Oh.
darts.
Just in general. Man, yeah.
Beat somebody
well,
with a
I mean, it's
crossbow.
kind of important. If it was like Renaissance or, I guess just like before the era of guns,
Let's say
I would
Warhammer.
go hand to hand because nobody wants to be an archer in that world unless you're Legolas. But otherwise,
I feel like so many people would be
modern
Archer.
times, long range.
Not as much respect back then though for the archer.
Yeah, you're a dime a dozen.
You got to gain that respect. Like, wow, that Archer?
That's a lot of
Pretty
not
sick.
dying, and then
You
maybe
could flip
respect.
them the bird and they'll chop your finger off. That used to happen.
I would like to say melee, but I know I'm ranged weapons.
Bow staff, baby. Ranged. Stab,
What?
stab.
How
What?
That's not a.
It's long. It's
That's
it's
barely
longer than your
ranged.
typical.
It's a melee.
Close
That's
range.
hand to hand.
It's a
combat.
ranged
That's a
melee.
weapon.
A ranged boop.
That's like a 5-foot ranged.
Exactly.
Chain axes from Warhammer, so melee.
Mm.
In the words of 50 Cent, you can do all them push-ups to pump up your chest, but a 12-gauge Mossberg will pump your chest up. So range.
Wow.
All right.
Wasn't 50 Cent like jacked?
Yeah.
What was the point of that then? I can do both.
I mean,
don't know. That's
a good
you got to
strategy.
think about it.
Yeah.
And nowadays, modern,
And great quote.
long range includes nuclear missiles, so I can wipe out a whole country with that.
You got the codes?
Right here.
All right, on to the next one. We have two more. Smart and slow zombies or fast and dumb.
I might be dooming myself to getting eaten by a horde of zombies with this one, but I'm gonna go with fast and dumb.
Yeah, that sounds like an more epic death anyway.
Mhm.
Nobody wants to be slowly eaten.
Or just have them creep up on you like something clever as fuck, like
Yeah.
you think you're safe,
That's what
and
changed
then
my
you just
mind.
like open your eyes like right as they're about to tear into you, like they climbed up into your treehouse, and now they're crawling down the walls. You're like, oh my god!
They're
Yeah.
not screeching at all. They're just
Yeah.
Opening
They tap
doors.
on one shoulder, but then they eye gouge you
I
with
don't
their
want it.
teeth from the other shoulder.
I don't
teeth
Nobody wants
and
that.
shoulders.
Yeah, like,
Nah,
but then
don't
they
do it.
come from the other side. Anyway,
Oh.
Fast
They
and
meant- I
dumb.
thought you meant they had
Fast
teeth in
and
their
dumb.
shoulders. Like,
I'm sorry. That's another hard one. Because if they're fast and dumb, you can just find a permanent solution
That's why fast.
because they're dumb. But they just keep beating up against your shit. But if they're slow and smart, I mean, you can laugh at them and they'll understand that you're laughing at them.
you'll never be safe.
But you
though.
have
you
to
can always run
outsmart
away.
them.
In order to get that permanent solution, though, you need to survive long enough to like set that up. Like they're not just gonna
need
give you
somehow
time
get
to.
Alcatraz before they.
Slow
thanks.
and smart. Because we could probably
Wow.
befriend them.
No, you can't.
Fast
They
and
eat you.
dumb.
They eat you for life. Fast and dumb. The slow ones will eat you. You can't. You'll be like, hey, I want to, bargain
we should
with you.
revisit this question under
So
the pretext
prejudiced against zombies. Like,
two different variables. Can they swim? Or like running zombies
They
or
can-
swimming
Smart
zombies?
ones can swim.
They can walk on the
we're
bottom of the
diving
water
into
as
this.
well.
Yeah. We'll revisit this at a later podcast.
All right.
We'll
Morty.
Take a note from John
This
Leguizamo's
is
movie.
probably the most important question of them
Easily.
all.
Oh.
this one
Oh,
was.
yeah.
This
This
was.
was not. This was
This-
the easiest
We all had to
question.
come
This
together
will
to think of
divide
this one.
houses.
Has the most potential to destroy.
Winter is coming.
Pancakes or waffles?
I think you should add French toast in there.
Nope.
Waffles.
Yeah, we'll add French
No.
toast in there.
French toast with
I mean,
boobies.
we all
Sorry.
know what's gonna win, so we just add. You can add whatever you want.
Say pancakes.
Waffles.
Pancakes are factually
Hold on.
better. They're
Hold
more dynamic of a food
Waffles.
than
I explained this last time. Pancakes because you can put little, white chocolate,
What a
chips, any
turncoat.
kind of little chips. You can put a bunch of stuff in pancakes, but a waffle machine. If you put that same stuff in the waffle maker, you're gonna mess up that wall.
But
wall maker.
technically, you could still add those things.
Yeah, but then you
Well-
gotta spend a lot of time scrubbing it, or have a really dirty waffle maker. that
Think
you
of the
don't
now,
wanna
not the future.
Maybe
you got,
check-
you got chocolate chip
Answer
waffles
in
now.
order, guys. Come on.
Later, somebody else will clean it.
Yeah.
Rummy, Mr. Everliving.
Opposite.
My French toast.
Mm.
He is a
You
French-
said you added it to, so
He
I
is a
French toast.
Yeah, honestly, that
French
is a
toast
Hail
guy.
Mary.
French toast, then, for sure.
No, you
Like,
already
obviously.
said.
I didn't know
the-
that was an added thing.
It was not an added thing.
Yeah,
Nobody
people were
added
talking
that.
about it
I'm
at the
back
beginning.
pancakes.
All right.
Very resolute.
That is
Wait, hold on.
So
Who would you
ends-
rather have ruling the Northern Kingdoms, Khaleesi or Jon Snow?
Jon Snow, because he's battle hardened.
And,
I really don't
and
care
he's
about
not
this
You know,
like,
Jon Snow, 'cause I don't like
really
people
impulsive.
who dabble
like
in
she is.
incest,
Like,
okay?
I'm just gonna melt these guys.
They're both.
Yeah.
They both just.
I know.
I was hoping for more incest porn, but prefer a friend.
Make it more mainstream.
They might not be done. There's plenty of room.
Plenty. All right. Sorry about that.
He's asking for a friend.
So now you guys know probably a little bit too much about us. We really wasted all of our podcast material. But now we're going to get onto the virtual reality topics that we have at hand. And it's also still continuing with the icebreaker to get to know us and our experiences and sort of how we were brought into the virtual reality world. And first I have is what was our first VR experience, and what did you think afterwards? We'll start with Moose a Goose.
If I remember right, my first experience was Dream Deck. I can't remember if it was all of the scenes within Dream Deck. And for anyone that doesn't know what Dream Deck is, it is a series of vignettes, little short scenes that you can use with a positionally tracked room scale like VR system. You can walk around and you can look at things in your environment from any angle. I think the one that had the biggest impact on me in Dream Deck was probably where you could stand on the edge of a building. It's not a real city, but you look around and you really feel like you're up there. I've seen a lot of people go through it since then, and people really, they do get afraid. They really feel like they're going to fall off that building, or they try to lean on the railing that is to their right or their left. Anyway, so that was my first experience, followed by a guided tour through Toy Box, provided by one of the members here. I believe it was Enzer, actually.
It was a good time.
It was a good time.
Yeah, Dream Deck is really one of the best opening experiences that you can do, because it does show sort of like the potential of virtual reality in a bunch of different directions, as well as it's like the quality. It hits the quality bar sweet spot in a lot of ways for people. Their first time, if they've never experienced it before, they could have pretty low expectations, and they put it on, and it's such a high quality, well thought out experience that most everybody who's gone through it is blown away, particularly by the scene where they are on top of the building, because more emotions come into play than just like, ooh, what's that? It's like, am I safe?
Awe, fear,
Yeah.
wonder. Yeah,
It works really, really well.
the best feel.
I agree. My first experience was 2014 at Anime Expo.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I forget who all was there, honestly.
I think it
Mm.
was all. I
Was it
think
all of
actually
us?
all of our first experience might have been the same.
Yeah.
Is it really?
was.
Yeah, that's a silly
I
question.
don't know. If we go back
This
to like,
was- That's
what I was
I
wondering. I was
had
like,
the,
we all
what was
had the
Virtual
same.
Boy? I had that as a kid.
You had that as a child?
Yeah.
I think that counts.
What did you think?
Google Cardboard counts,
It
then,
was
doesn't it?
awful. My neck was just because you like put it on the table or on the floor. I was on the floor because I was a child, so my neck was like like that.
Wow.
But it was like wireframed. It was pretty fun. You were this like combat like wire jet and going through these like different corridors to find this like tiki face, and you would shoot things at it. It was pretty cool.
Sounds like an old Star Wars game.
Or Star Fox.
They do have some good games on that.
On the Virtual Boy?
Yeah.
Apparently not
I've seen
enough.
like 2.
Terrible.
Certainly not practical.
Sorry, actually go into, since it was most of our first experience, actually, go into depth. That's what that was.
Well, I
like.
mean, actually, I really should have looked this up beforehand.
It
I
was-
forget what anime.
It was
Sword
Sword
Art
Art
Online.
Online.
Sword Art
Yeah.
Online
First boss scene.
starts out. No, it starts out with Asuna.
Yeah, in
First
the
boss
meadow.
scene.
Asuna.
No,
is,
there were two,
no,
there were two.
she's-
Oh, I did the
w-
first
the one I
boss
did.
scene.
We
Yeah.
had
She
different
starts out.
experiences.
You are. It cut to that later, but you start out. Asuna's laying in a like grassy meadow under a tree, taking a nap. Really weird first experience.
Oh.
And
That's
then
nice.
she's just sleeping there. It's like, oh. And then she wakes up, she stands up. I was really pervy, and I looked under her skirt just because, with positional tracking and
There was,
skirts.
there was one of those
No,
like
there was. See, the first time I looked under. I'm sorry if we just lost viewers, but I did see her panties. The second time I went through, I did not. It was like the little sensor appeared. So I don't know. Maybe I was like outside the range at which it knows to pop up a little, you're a perv warning. But
and you should have
A
immediately
special
made like a
achievement.
Reddit post about the place that you the space that you can go in to see your panties without actually being the sweet
Oh, I
spot of
found
the
the sweet spot.
experience.
Anyway, and then it cut to, I'll leave some content for you guys. But that was my favorite first experience ever. That was great. Got in line over and over for that.
Yeah.
I mean, those the same.
I
I do.
Especially
Okay,
the
no.
panties part.
So-
The other one that we did watch though was I don't. It's Vocaloid, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that one
Uh.
blew my mind because it was an effect where it looked like you were like going through a lit
Oh,
tunnel.
yeah.
And sometimes I get motion sickness, but being in that, I was like, "What?" It was insane. And she was dancing in front of you, and it was really adorable, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Was that Miku Natsu thing or whatever it is?
I thought her
The
name
green.
was
Idol?
She's got like really long
Yeah,
green
really long
ponytails,
green,
like
yeah,
green
she,
and gray.
dances
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
It was
I
so
can't pronounce her
cute.
name, but yeah, she's like a virtual idol, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she automatically sings songs and dances or something like that. But yeah, mine was the same experience. It was at Anime Expo, and it was actually really brilliant experience because Sword Art Online had just come out around that time, and we had all been watching it, and it was one of those animes where, I mean, the first 8 episodes anyway, where you watch it and you're like, oh my god, this would be incredible, living in this virtual reality fantasy world, having the modern knowledge that I do now, and just the fact that pain was integrated into it and everything like that, and they had brought this as the first VR experience on Oculus Rift to Anime Expo. So already right there, I was sold. My mind was blown the first time. I didn't try and do anything pervy. I was just trying to like test the limits of it by turning in different directions, not thinking about it, but also thinking about looking up her skirt, but also realizing that your screen is being displayed to
Yeah.
the entire
On like a 60-inch TV.
yeah, the entire lobby.
In the lobby.
Of,
Hey, I mean, everybody
convention
else wanted
center.
to do it.
You were just hooking everybody
You're
up.
just
Everybody was
so
thinking,
brave. I'm proud of you.
Enzo
That's all I
paving
want
the
to be
way.
known as.
It goes without saying.
For all pervs everywhere.
Unite.
Yes. And the guy giving you the demo behind you was probably like, oh yeah.
He probably
So-
was. It was what was his name?
Oh, it was actually some pale guy that I don't remember.
Oh.
But
So it
um,
was Greg.
Wait,
Looking
I,
for sorry,
do,
yeah.
I do have a funny story about that though. Because when he was looking up that girl's skirt, I was standing right next to him, like next to his chair, watching him do his demo, and I was like, "Are you seriously?" And then I just tried to like kind of back away, like, I don't know who this guy is. Who is this pervy dude?
Just like start looking
Man.
around for quarters on the ground.
Yeah,
Like, I know I lost my change here somewhere.
it was great.
Dude, who is this guy?
And so yeah, the first
Who
day they
would
were
do
showing
this?
Sword Art Online, and then the second day they were showing the idol that thing.
That
The
one.
Vocaloid
And
one.
I remember going back in line for the experience and being so unpumped that I almost didn't care about virtual reality anymore.
What?
Yeah.
Because
I
it
was
was
like,
Vocaloid.
Yeah, well, when it was playing, when I had the headset on and she was dancing and there were all those effects, I was like, the sort of swirling tunnel of effects was really cool, but it's like the music and her dancing was so off-putting to me that it's like, I want to take this headset off.
It had
right
the
now.
opposite effect on me.
Wasn't
I have
kawaii
no
enough
idea
for you?
why that would be.
Kawaii anime girl dancing in front of me. I was all for it.
We already said mine.
Yeah.
I don't consider the Sword Art Online one to be my first one. The first one I really liked was when you put me in Chronos, because I liked Chronos because it was pretty much like Dark Souls, but in virtual reality. But it's
Way
way
too
difficult.
hard.
It is very
Way too
difficult.
hard.
You get older as you go, and you eventually you end up being an old man. You can't do anything.
Yeah, I remember doing demoing Chronos a lot. It's this really hard sort of hack and slash puzzle solving labyrinth game, third person.
It's not very hard.
Yeah, it's not. Well,
Once you
the
get
full
once you get
game-
into it, it's
Yeah,
you-
once
you-
you get into
The
it.
full
To
game
be
was
honest, I
quite
didn't play
hard.
it that much.
Yeah.
Neither did
But watching people go through it, it was a pretty hard game. Almost nobody got past that
Yeah,
giant.
that's true.
There's like this giant guarding a door, which is the second turn in the game, and everybody was stuck. Like, the game looked beautiful enough to still convince people that virtual reality was incredible, but definitely not the right demo experience.
Like, I can
I
do this
loved
dead.
it.
I can do this dead. I can do. I'm
Yeah,
done.
it's
I'm
gonna be
done
a
with this.
really awkward
You know what I will
demo.
say
I
is
still
that
don't know how to beat that guy.
Well, hold on. Okay, that demo I loved because it really
No, I
it
don't.
utilized
No idea.
VR in such a cool way. It had a fixed camera. A lot of times the camera follows the person who you're playing, and then a person or thing that you're playing, and then that floaty camera gets people sick. But this was much like Silent Hill or Resident Evil style camera, or Resident Evil,
Oh,
where the
fixed in a
fly on the
position.
wall, and then when you go into another room, the camera teleports into that room. And so, in order to get past that giant, you had to really the giant, because you were it felt like you were there. The giant felt like super large, very scary. And then you had to look left in order to see the gate, and you
Yeah,
had to
and
look around.
you
So it
had
really
to
utilized.
Like-
Yeah, just having virtual reality. If you were to play the game like a normal game and not look around, then I think, which is what happened for a lot of people. It's when they got stuck, because they were like, "What do I do?" And then they get crushed. Oh, let's wake up this giant. That's the most fun thing. Is but you're supposed to go to the gate and start rotating the wheel to open the gate, and then as soon as of course you let go of the gate, the wheel, the gate closes down. You have to sprint in time. But if you go straight to the giant and wake him up, then it turns into that person thinking ooh, I'm supposed to do this, into oh my God, he's trying to stomp on me.
Yeah. What do I
And it's
do?
just
What do I
them
do? What do I do?
How's it
running
going?
around sometimes until the end of the demo if they're really good at dodging, but they just messed up.
Those were
That's
dark
true.
days. I don't know. I wasn't around in the industry for those.
I love
days,
the
actually,
sword though.
so-
How he just
So fun.
striking on
Yeah.
his shield and it lights up like.
Yeah,
Yeah, there were tiny little gems all in that game.
It's great. It's just way too hard.
So, following up on that, those were our first VR experiences, which most people would think that they would be rough. Or we actually started VR right before Oculus was acquired by Facebook, and Enzer actually backed Oculus
Your
during their Kickstarter days. So we've been heavily into VR for the longest time, and yeah, let's get into best VR. Best VR moment. That wasn't really a concise segue, but let's do it. Lucifer.
Oh, so it's just favorite moment in VR, or are we talking about favorite
It
title?
could be either.
Hmm.
Favorite title that gave you your favorite moment, or a title that gave you your favorite moment.
Probably Windlands, when I first started getting the hang of actually gaining momentum, and the first time you realize that if you stagger the timing of reaching out with your grappling hooks, and I should probably back up. For those that don't know, Windlands is a mobility-based VR title. You can find it on Steam and the Oculus Store. You can play with a gamepad. You can play it with touch controllers, and you can use the thumbsticks to forward, backward, left, right, strafe. You can use the right thumbstick to turn your body, but then the touch controllers, or if you're using a gamepad, the center of your field of view aims as an aiming reticle to where you can shoot out grappling hooks, allowing you to swing through the environment in addition to running and jumping and using the A button, or I believe the X button on touch for jumping and parkour elements. You're not just jumping, you can jump. If you're stuck between two pillars, you can bounce off of those pillars to sort of ninja parkour your way to eternity. And if you've got a stomach for full locomotion in VR, I highly recommend checking that out, because you can be Spider-Manning your way through these just incredible environments in the sky. And there are these insane moments where you're trying to board a derelict pirate ship in the middle of the sky, and you are having to navigate your way across these very narrow little planks. And if you look down, there are thousands and thousands of feet below you where you just fall to your death. And if you want to fall to your death, you can. You can just sit there and you can watch the ground rush at you. until you poof. Anyway, Windlands VR is probably like one of my favorite titles of all time.
I like to think of Windlands as aesthetically, it's a combination between Journey and Shadow of the Colossus, only a little bit more cartoony. And then gameplay-wise, it's like a combination of Spider-Man and Attack on Titan.
Perfect.
You've got your two grappling hooks that pull you forward, and you can do both of them apart from each other. I'll just do mine really quickly because it piggybacks off of his, which is Windlands as well, because it gives you the freedom of mobility that some people like me have always wanted their entire life. You can jump off trees, grapple hook from one to another. You are climbing thousands of feet and going, if you're good enough, incredibly fast. And it's the freedom of movement, the freedom of mobility. Being able to do that is so incredibly euphoric. It's just like Lone Echo single player, being in space. And so yeah, that'll be my favorite as well. Enzo.
Pretty good segue into my favorite, which is Echo Arena. Developed by Ready at Dawn. It's one of the Oculus Studios titles, so produced by Oculus.
Ready at Dawn also did Order 1888, or was it 86?
Yes, they've done other titles as well. But this title essentially is the multiplayer component to Lone Echo. I think right now it is only 3 versus 3, but essentially in Zero Gravity, Ultimate Frisbee, that's the best way to describe it. But we work on the
Ender's
Oculus
Game.
events team, Magnus and I, and for something that, like a title that we take to events, it's pretty samey. We do, 5 to 10 minute long demos where people come in and they play the game and then they leave. And it really feels the same at the end of the day. But Echo Arena, it's so dynamic. There's just so much potential for it. And unlike any other title that I've seen before, there is, like, this one feels to me like the best glimpse of what is to come in the future when we're thinking about where we're going to go with virtual reality.
It's one of the best looking games of virtual reality in general.
Yeah,
as well.
I say multiplayer and Zero Gravity, and those should be words that trigger people, and say I can't do it. I'm not a gamer. I can't. My stomach can't handle Zero Gravity. But there's just so many people that have said that, popped in Echo Arena, and just had the time of their life. During the open beta, I really enjoyed when people were not even really playing the game the way it was meant to be played, but you have a gem when there are people who are just slowly floating from one side of the lobby, which is one of the greatest pre-post game lobbies I've ever seen, but they're just giggling out of pure happiness and not really even doing anything at all, but you can tell that they are doing something that they've always wanted to, or at least they're enjoying it like it is such a very innocent, childlike experience, very pure, awesome. That's mine.
That's hard. That is a title that is hard to get people to come out of. Like if you're on a time crunch and you're trying to get a lot of people through some demos and you're playing, doesn't matter, Lone Echo or Echo Arena, people love floating and pushing off of surfaces like they're astronauts on the International Space Station. You seriously get the jaws of life or something if you're going to be showing this to people, because they're not going to want to stop.
It's also something that we are working with Intel for. It is an esport now officially, and it's something where I have not paid much attention to esports a lot of my life, except for Super Smash Bros. Melee, just because when you see a team of 4 or however many people on stage and their faces don't change, they don't show any emotion, but you know that there's this inferno of rage coiling on in their mind behind it, but they don't display any of it that I've seen anyway. It's really cool to think about a future where esports is as physical as it is digital or virtual, and that you're seeing people on stage move like superheroes to get something done that doesn't actually exist, but when you're seeing it through their lens, it looks like one of the most appealing, fast-paced, just insane sports you can imagine. It'd be like putting a filter over football, where somebody throws the football and it bursts into a galaxy and flies towards the other player who's, I don't know, Godzilla.
That's scary.
So yeah, the potential I see for it is so infinite and alluring. It's great. Lo Neko / Echo Arena. Love it.
All right.
Aye.
I would say one of my favorite VR experiences was actually the Batman VR.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yes, it is. But specifically, there's a part where there's a piano in like his living room area, and I went over there and I don't know. I shouldn't spoil it, but anyways, there's sheet music on the
No, you
piano.
can if it's like crucial to your story, go ahead and spoil it. It's not really a very important
Spoiler alert.
spoiler. Yeah, no, it's not part of the story. It's not really. You can. I played this experience. It didn't even happen to me. Just say it.
Okay. So there's a piano, and you can just press random keys, and then it'll open the little trapdoor to like his secret hideout. But there was sheet music on top of the piano, and I picked up the sheet music and put it on the piano, and I actually played the piano based off of the sheet music, and that was really cool to hear. 'Cause then it was like I was actually playing the song you're supposed to play, maybe.
All of the keys had different.
Yeah, it was like a
Actions?
real piano. So I was looking at the sheet music and I was playing the piano, and then the trapdoor opened once I finished, and I was like, "That's amazing."
Wow, I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder when we'll have something to interface with the piano accurately enough in VR.
Probably soon enough.
Soon enough. You guys already heard mine. And Eagle Flight, also another one on the PSVR and Oculus Rift that enables the freedom of movement that makes you feel like a god in the skies.
Duck season for me. I've been waiting.
Really?
Yeah, I've been waiting on Duck Hunt for the longest time, and then for the studio to come out with Duck Season, which is essentially the same thing, only inside VR with a wicked left turn twist, like an M. Night Shyamalan kind of thing, only way better. Highly recommend it.
Way better.
The first 3 levels, honestly, I was just like, man, this game is not up to what I was like my standards. I just thought it was gonna be pointless. Another thing.
Oh, man.
Moose actually was the one that was just like, no, keep going past, like get to level 4, and things just get nutty, and they definitely do get nutty, Professor.
Yeah, it's a satire Duck Hunt, but what was the phrase that you used, Moose, that I thought
Selectively polished.
selectively polished? It's
Absurd.
yeah, absurdly so, because the mechanics which you think are the primary mechanics of the game, like, oh, this is cute, we're just playing Duck Hunt here. It seems like they're the least fleshed out. It's one of those games where if you look under the carpet, you'll find so many hidden gems to interact with and give you countless pleasures.
Yeah, there are definitely a lot of hidden things that they put inside of that game. They put a lot of work on everything but the duck hunting, which, turned out awesome.
Yeah. Mr. Everliving?
Okay, I'll be quick about this. Let's see. Maybe a funny one, my old friend, crazy one, chocolate, action one, Arctica 1. Can't wait for it to come out. Beautiful scenes, beautiful guns, beautiful awesome everything. Made by 4A Games, makers of Metro 2033. Great. Can't wait till it comes out.
What?
All right.
There we go. And that's his
What was
answer.
the entire beginning of the podcast
Well, hold on. He
about?
got 3. I'm gonna add a scary one in for me.
All right.
Face your fears.
Go.
Face your fears.
Ooh.
Well, hold
Yeah.
on.
We should post the video we have.
Oh,
of
yeah.
Max doing
man.
it.
There's a potential that this may switch to a clip of some people, some of us in Face Your Fears, which is hilarious. But you said the funniest one was Old Friend. Old Friend and the second one, the craziest one, Chocolate, are done by the same developer. And that developer specializes, from what I've seen of them in VR, for making these absolutely insane music videos where there's just like colors and wacky people like doing these weird butt break dances. It's
fantastic.
it's
You get a
very
cannon when you
short,
shoot cats.
very short experiences that are just bundled up joy.
Yeah.
Great for
inside of
parties.
Cat cannons. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I was not
honestly,
Yeah, it's
kidding.
great.
it makes a very good first experience for the touch controllers. You can you see your hands, and you get to have a lot of fun with those hands. in both of the experiences.
Oh, yeah, imagine
Yeah.
your hands are connected to these noodle arms that are just like hyper active when you move them.
You're a Stretch Armstrong that dances.
Or we have cat
Yeah.
cannons.
It's probably one of my favorite experiences
Dance experiences. That's
to
what
demo.
that's
I
why
mean, like,
usually-
I've never seen someone demo it and not start dancing.
Yeah.
It could be like a 45-year-old businessman in a suit, and then he starts dancing like a weirdo. It's amazing.
Just it just invites you in with its siren's call.
Projection map old friend onto a
Whoa.
dance floor.
We'll have that.
Old friend cosplay coming up.
Are you serious?
Heyo. No, but that was my original idea, and I didn't remember it until just now.
That would be so good.
Well, the only thing is you have to show your butt. Like, you have to. And if, you know.
You get one of those fake plastic butt
Yeah.
mold things.
No, you should go real butt.
No.
You have a nice real butt.
You mold your butt and you make
You
a
have a
sweet plastic mold
badonkadonk,
of it.
okay?
I wouldn't say badonkadonk.
Okay, you got a woody. You're a woody.
A tushy.
Yeah.
White
I'll take a
person
woody.
Is that
woody.
an accurate?
Too many girls would faint.
White, what'd you say?
I
White
feel like you've got it.
Can't
I don't
go
know
out
if
there.
I would describe your butt as a tushy.
tushy.
He's
Definitely
got
not
a-
badonkadonk.
Everybody
You
has
don't-
a
I would
tushy.
definitely
Yeah,
describe
everyone has a
Andrew's
tushy.
Your
butt as
James
a
Bond
tushy.
name would be Tushy Galore.
Tushy
I'll take
galore
it.
makes sense.
But do you get to,
Yeah.
like, zoom in on my tushy, and it's, like, super shiny, and it makes one of those...
Yeah,
Yes.
that's exactly
yeah, but
what
you
I
have to
pictured.
do like the movement. You have to like do one cheek down and one cheek up, and then like maybe sweat drops down and it goes around the butt cheek, and then that sparkles.
We're just gonna have to get some Optitracks and do some mocap on his tush.
Yeah.
It's
I'm okay
for
with
science.
For science.
For science.
Okay, but face your fears.
Yeah, anyway.
As a scary
Whatever.
there are
face-
multiple experiences
Whatever.
within that.
You're the one who was screaming
No, he
like
said
a
it wasn't
small...
scary,
Oh,
so I said
whatever.
okay. I was
It
gonna
wasn't
say.
Yeah, no, it was
I've
scary.
no.
Everybody
Wait,
in
are
this
you being
household
serious? It
reacted
wasn't scary for
differently.
Did you see me shake it all during my when I watched it?
Yeah.
Maybe I will play their videos.
Yeah, him and Jay just, well, again,
This
not,
one was
not
funny and
It
entertaining.
was hilarious. I couldn't.
Well, I
He
mean,
approached it with like a
I-
sarcasticness that was great.
back in the darker days, I had a lot of sleep paralysis, and some of the like hallucinations that are like associated with sleep paralysis are very, very similar to the things that they try to
Oh,
hit you
that's
with, like the
horrible.
jump scares and like the little people and creatures you see.
No.
That's basically that, and you can look that up, and that's not just me. That's like all over the world.
Yeah,
Culture
I
is
know.
like
I'm
anyway.
familiar.
Yeah. So
It's so
Scary
Face
stuff.
Numb
Your
to
Fears,
it.
for those of you not familiar, is a game done by Turtle Rock that did Left 4 Dead and Evolve, and it's a series of short, scary. I don't think they're interactive. I think some of the new ones might be.
No, but none of them are interactive.
Oh, none of them are interactive, so they're all just experiences where they put you in the center as the main character with these terrifying things happening around you.
Happy owl. Happy owl. No! No. Nope. No, it's my owl! Don't. No, no, no. Oh, no. Stop it. Oh my god, I'm gonna sit here and take this! I want my owl back. Best part of the game. Owl. No. 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 I'm happy. I'm happy. I need to clean that. Need to clean it in the morning, anyways. No. Stop. No, we're cool. No. Bathroom light's still good. That light's still good. We're still good. No. Shh. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. I'll kill you. No. Shut. Hey. That's my chair. Hey. No.
I can't.
Why? No. Fucking. The fuck. Oh, no. No. Don't. We're cool, man. We're cool. No. Stop. God! Damn it! Holy shit! Oh, no, not gonna look. No. And it's gone. And it's gone. And it's gone. It's over there. And the fuck? No. Fuck you. Ah! Ah! Was I fucking? Oh my God! Get it! I don't like this at all. It's the happy owl. That's what I like to see over there. That's what I'm gonna stare at. That's what I like. Nope. 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 I think we're good. I think we're. Ah! I think him in a haunted house would just be like, oh, there you are.
Whoa, you are way too naked to be in my room right now. Hey, okay. See you later.
Watch the painting on the right.
Oh, I hope Dad doesn't get mad. I'm not supposed to have visitors in here. You never specified if like extraterrestrials and ghosts counted. Oh, jeez, I'm gonna get it. Leave me alone. Maybe if I start masturbating, I'll leave. Oh no, I said masturbate and you fucking show up. Of course, you fucking bitch. God damn it, dude. That was the first time I actually got like an actual chill up my spine right there. Like, they're totally playing off of sleep paralysis fucking paranoia right here. Okay, see? Wasn't that hard? Okay, hi. I have some candy for you. It's not riddling. I have some pants in my drawer. Oh yeah, you're up there now. Hey buddy, man, you got some like really great core strength, huh? Yeah, hi. Your eyes are fucking crazy. Okay, you can turn my lights off. I really hate being a paralyzed child in a haunted house. This is a total drag. What? What do you want, you kid? Come from me. I got you over there. Come here. You're a crafty bugger, aren't you? Oh, you are. Yes. Why are you reading my diary? Get out of the AC. I'm gonna be in so much trouble. Dad will even use the belt this time. You wouldn't know anything about that, huh? Savage motherfucker running around my room. Hey, kid. Yeah. Yeah. That's my lamp. You know how to use buttons. That's pretty great. You're like really close to me, huh? I bet you're like the best hide and go seek player ever. Hi! Mwah! Forever's a long time, Mr. Clown. Like, do you really grasp like the concept of forever? I mean, like, in geologic terms, like our own like tiny little lives mean fucking nothing. Like, don't try and talk to me about forever. What the fuck do you know? You're a goddamn doll. Stupid bitch. I know, I'm sorry, Clown. I'm just under a lot of pressure. It's really hard being paralyzed in a haunted house. Fucking with my basketball? No. There was a lightning storm when I was watching that Globetrotters fucking marathon. Huh? I could have been imbued with like telekinetic powers. Maybe I can... Oh no, Mr. Clown, what are you doing? Who is hurting you? Clown, you fucking kid. God damn it. Is there like a bug bomb for these kinds of things? Come on, you bitch!
The one that I tried was with a very dark room. You are in the Gear VR, so you can't actually move or approach anything or get away from anything, and you're in the center of this bed, or you're in like where somebody would naturally sleep in a bed, and there's this little kid in the room. And I watched this as soon as it came out, and I was working Oculus Connect 3, and the kid is like hunched over, like playing with something, and he looks at you, and then he like scampers off. And I'm like, okay, not too bad. And then I like look around, and he's gone. And I look to my left, and he's like right there on the bed. And instantly I just like take the headset off. I'm like, I got a lot of things that I need to do. I should be working right now. Really, like it's.
Yeah, see, that was like just like my first experience, but I decided to stay in there, and I was on the couch, and I was like, I sunk into the couch, and was like, oh, and it was all too real because the couch was like one of those elongated couches, and it lined up with the bed, and it was, oh man, it was such high contrast when I would be in VR in a dark room with a creepy kid, and then I'd pull up the Gear VR, and then honestly, like all of the staff were watching
Be a
me
creepy
freak out.
BA.
What?
Be a creepy BA. Welcome back.
That
Oh,
same
boy.
experience,
Ooh.
somebody was
There's a job
demoing
for
it,
me.
and they chucked the controller across the room and
Oh,
hit
I
somebody in the
remember
knee
that.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I thought
that
that was,
lady
could
could not control herself.
Wait, was this at PAX?
No, this is at OC4.
Oh.
Or sorry, OC3.
It was at
Another
after
girl
party.
screamed at PAX a couple years ago. Maybe it wasn't the same. I don't know.
There's tons of new
There's-
experiences that they come out with that
Yeah.
I'd love to see, but they're all like microtransactions.
Are they? Some of them are free.
Yeah, it's like three of them are free, and then the rest you just have to buy, and they're like
What are you guys talking about?
$1.99 for Face Your Fears. They have a bunch of experience, like they have multiple doors inside. So to
Mm.
choose an experience inside Face Your Fears, you have to choose a door, and there's multiple doors. I think there's about 6 doors right now.
I have a good horror one
I don't
actually.
know about that.
2 sisters.
No, Resident.
Oh, Resident
Evil.
Evil.
We demoed that in the office for maybe like
PSVR.
yeah,
Resident
PSVR.
Evil.
Really?
Yeah.
7.
We demoed it for maybe like 3 hours straight, and I couldn't sleep at night. But I think there was a glitch in the game because one person was going through it, and there's this part where like, well, I mean, there's a staircase in the game, and you can walk from the kitchen to like the hallway. So mostly everybody just walks past the staircase, but one person decided to run past the staircase, and while he was running, he looked up at the stairs, and all of a sudden there was just a girl on the stairs, and that didn't happen with any other demo. So it was like a glitch or something. It kind of looked like a glitch, but like everyone in the room screamed, and we were like, "Did you see that? Did everyone see that?" It was terrifying. It was like watching real footage of paranormal.
reminds me
People
of-
on the outside are screaming. That's when
Yeah,
you
it
know.
was, it was
Yeah.
scary.
Man,
Man.
Paranormal Activity.
The whole office came over, and it
That-
was.
Didn't you say that was the scariest experience of your life or something like that?
That was.
I may
I
have
forgot that
contributed
was
to that.
that was so much more scary
Kaitlyn,
than
you
Face Your Fears.
troll.
Face Your Fears was super scary because it was in Gear VR, so you couldn't move off the bed. If something came at you, you were stuck. Like you could look away, but you couldn't move away. And Paranormal Activity, you had to just do some super scary stuff, and it just felt more real because the controls were really bad at the time. It was not a live build, but yeah, I remember having to crawl down under to get through this children's
Blanket
tent fort. Yeah, in their in this what looked like
Oh,
recently abandoned
screw
house,
that.
and it was dark,
that in real life.
stormy,
I
shuddering
know.
windows, and
They can
then
keep their forts.
all the lights were
In
out
their
except for a
house.
flashlight underneath the blankets, and then as soon as you pick up the flashlight, demon child runs at your face, and of course is yelling and screaming at you, and then disappears. Oh man, terrifying. Other terrifying stuff as well. That wasn't it.
Yeah, fear in VR works too well, and I don't think I'm down. I don't
Yeah,
think
I'm
I'm
not
down
down.
until there's a fear game equivalent,
Oh, hold on.
like First Encounter Assault Recon game, where I'm like an action hero disposing of these creatures. Because otherwise, feeling powerless in VR is
That's
what
really the
gets
only
you.
time that you can truly be brave, though, right? Is like when you legitimately think that something bad is going to happen to you or people or things that you care about. I think having that opportunity to simulate being in that kind of experience is what one of the things that makes VR so amazing. I mean, we can't talk too much about it, but there are experiences that we've been seeing at work that are specifically tailored to preparing people for stressful situations, like in the workplace, in their lives, as medical professionals. It's
Curse you and your good point.
I-
That's a
I don't know.
fantastic point.
It's, I mean, like,
And also,
even with duck season,
fear for
at
me
that
in
moment
VR
was
doesn't
Apparently, I'm a
work.
coward.
Doesn't work.
in the corner of the living room, just come on, where are you? Ah,
Yeah. Oh,
ah.
man.
I thought I was pretty jaded. I thought I was pretty,
I did that
indoctrinated.
twice. And it's the second time was still like my anxiety was like boop, hands are sweating.
What are you talking about?
Duck season.
Oh boy.
I
What-
thought he was gonna die so many times. I was like pulling my hair up watching this guy play the last scene, that scene that you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Wait,
He was
wait,
gonna-
wait,
I'm not
I still
saying
haven't
anything.
beaten it just yet.
I'm not giving
close.
anything else away. I'm just saying,
Mr. I'm
watching
gonna
you
beat it
play
this
gave me
weekend.
anxiety.
I'm gonna
Just
beat it.
it was ridiculous. I couldn't understand how you could play that scene the way you did. I'm amazed that you did as well as you did.
That's
Oh yeah. I
Was
can't
Was he
really
just
not
like,
trying to
I
be-
can't comment.
was he stoic or was he? I don't get it.
Well, we'll wait
He was
until
a white
you-
person in a horror film.
Doing
Hello?
really? Oh, I see.
What's
You're just
going
like, why
on
would you do that?
Not an infomercial, but definitely. I mean, like,
I'm gonna
he's
go
the
into
plucky
basement
hero.
by myself now. No flashlight.
Don't worry
Or
about
a flashlight
me.
with bad batteries.
Okay.
wearing like 4-inch heels.
Yeah. Wearing my light up Skechers.
Killing Floor, though, I think is a perfect game where it's scary, but it lets you like combat
That's a good point.
the
yeah.
scary stuff, which I thought was an awesome first experience.
Nah.
That's
Uh,
what got me into scary shooters when I was a kid. Like, that's what I loved about Doom. Doom was terrifying to me, but it felt empowering. I was like, I'm just a kid, but if I could handle a shotgun, I could save the world.
Oh man. Oh, so we are actually running out of time. We're gonna have to skip past some of these topics that we had, but really quickly, just a good note for me in virtual reality is Fruit Ninja VR. In that, after I played it for about 2 hours, my first time, dude,
Level up.
you feel so badass. It's fruit flying at you. There's no reason that you should feel so cool slicing a mango in half, but you do. And the difference between when you start Fruit Ninja and when you never end Fruit Ninja, but a year after training in Fruit Ninja, and you will be a god. Your reflexes will be incredible.
Yeah.
And you'll be really sweaty.
Yes, nobody should wear my headset until
Or at least
I
the
replace
facial
my phone.
interface. There
Yeah.
you go, yeah.
Still have the leather?
Hmm?
Don't have the leather one?
No, not yet.
Fool.
So for the final topic, we will say where we all think VR is going to be in.
Do we have time for a final topic?
What time is it right now?
That one might
8:15.
be best for next time, because I feel like that's a huge.
True.
huge.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it
then
really is.
then we failed to start off with this, but every week, every podcast, I would like to start off with what has given us SASA this week.
Ooh, can I go first?
Really quickly, for those of you who don't know, SASA is an acronym that I made up. Well, SASA is just the tingly sensation or a physical reaction to you being moved by something you're witnessing in real life. For me, it manifests itself as a tingly sensation on my shoulder blades and spine where I'm just so caught up and inspired in the moment. It's, from what I think, it's your body telling you that you're passionate about this thing that you're witnessing, because not everybody is proven to get it at the same time.
All of us are gonna be my hero.
So we will start off with Maximus Dominus for what has given him SASA this week.
Today, playing Form.
Right!
Holy crap. Form is a puzzle-solving... It's an alien puzzle-solving game with... I don't even know, like visuals, sounds.
I would call it,
amazing.
a very high quality, atmospheric, very well done VR puzzle mystery.
Ooh.
Yeah,
game.
it is
Sounds great.
like
I'll
every
play it.
single part. I was like,
No, yeah. Oh, I was shaken each time. Every reaction that you see.
every action that you do has a reaction, or every action you do has a reaction, and that reaction is normally just epic. Wow.
Oh yes, I would. It's
Yeah.
so-
It's great.
we should preface by saying that myself and probably Max as well have a habit of overhyping things, or just hyping things to the point where we feel they should be hyped. But this is just genuinely a great experience.
And I'm kind of a jaded skeptic, and their advice has proven so far to be pretty good. At least I think so.
Score.
No.
We're jumping to me, or what are we doing?
Yes, sorry, Moose.
Oh, no, nothing to apologize for. This week, I got Sasa playing House of the Dying Sun. You can purchase it on the Steam store, anywhere else, I don't know. But I purchased it on Steam. It is a virtual reality title that you play with a gamepad. And if anyone is familiar with the real-time strategy game Homeworld, like any game in that franchise, then the aesthetic and the movement mechanics for controlling your fleet in outer space will look and feel very familiar to you. However, if you're a fan of the Battlestar Galactica series, and especially, you know, like the Viper pilots and how those ships fly around and how they feel and look like when they're shooting, and even like the sound design, then you will definitely, I think you would enjoy that. But basically, as you progress through this game, you build up a small strike force. You go from flying, playing from the perspective of a pilot in a cockpit of a very small and agile fighter craft in space, taking on other fighters, frigates, space stations, capital ships. And as you progress through the game, you get more fighters, you get a fleet of 3 destroyers to go with you, and what they call a frigate, but it's like way bigger than the destroyers. It's huge. And there are some like small unit leadership mechanics that sort of that come into play, and you can tell your fleet where to go and what to do, and you can order units to defend each other, yada yada, so on and so forth. But what I love is turning the game music down, because it's kind of repetitive, but it sounds so Battlestar Galactica. Lots of taiko drums and simple rhythm. But this week I was flying with my ships, and I ordered all of my ships to just converge on this one space station because we were about to lose, but we were also on the cusp of winning. And I was listening to Social Distortion, Machine Gun Blues, as I, kicked my fighter into high gear. Like, my wingmates were dying around me, and I was about to do a bombing run on this space station. And there's nothing like flying through a bunch of flak, seeing your wingmates get smoked as you cut the thrust on your main engines, and just like in Battlestar Galactica, keep traveling in one direction, whip your craft around, and just light up the side of the hull of another ship. It's the sense of speed and just awesome. House of the Dying Sun, really underrated game. Check it out.
Wow. That
Sounds
I don't know.
epic.
Yeah, everything that you described there just sound like the
Yeah.
scene of a
Yeah.
space movie.
It's
So
yeah, I mean it's visually pleasing, but it's like selectively like low poly in its art style to like I don't know if that's an optimization or if that's just like a
It's probably,
art style.
Probably scalable.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's whatever they did, they did it right. It's smooth. It's awesome.
Enzer.
Man, I'm having a hard time.
can
I
go
was
back.
reviewing some of the content that we'll be showing at OC4, and that's when I got Sasa. So that'll come later. But I think the last time I got Sasa before that was it wasn't within the week, but when Luna and I were talking about some things that we wanted to do for our wedding coming up next year.
You're all invited.
Yeah, every one of you. Find the location.
You're not.
Except for you, over there in the corner. I see you.
Yeah,
I see you.
just check your mailbox. We'll send a raven.
Invites coming soon.
The owl will be sent soon.
Plumbacy.
But yeah,
your gift.
we're not doing a conventional wedding, and some of the things that we're talking about doing is so exciting to me because it's like bucket list items that it's on like the fantasy bucket list for things that I want to do like in my dreams.
How are you just not going to tell them?
You'll have to read them
we're
up.
talking about-
It's the greatest thing I have
No.
ever imagined in my entire year on
We
this
should just-
years
just
on this
re-
earth.
So like we were
Single
talking
year.
about well, I mean, I think they're illegal, but one of them is lighting arrows on fire and shooting them off into the ocean, all as like a group of people all at once.
Wow.
And I've
that'd
always
be
wanted
cool.
to do that.
Very illegal.
So
to
just
do
thinking
that.
I
about
don't
that.
think we
Yeah,
should
I
do
mean-
that. But that sounds great.
Yeah, we're not
go
gonna
fast,
do
we
it.
can-
We're
there's
just
no gonna
because
catch
it's
us.
Yeah,
illegal.
nobody will catch us.
We're gonna have bows.
Yeah, because
Nobody even knows.
it's
After
illegal.
they fish 200 arrows out of
Let's
the river
spice it
next
up a
week.
little bit. We'll all get M4s. Light the bullets on fire.
Tracer.
A lot of tracers.
Mm.
That's but
That
we've done
sounds
that.
great.
Could they? Could you make it over the bay?
What?
No.
Yeah, with a longbow, easy, bro.
No, not with a bow and arrow. With
ballista. Yeah, sure.
Oh, I'm saying with a bullet in an M16 or M4.
I don't know the range.
I don't know.
Like how far that is.
Across the
Maybe
bridge?
It gets real windy out
3,400
there.
meters? Something like that?
Yeah,
That's real talk, though.
50
that'll
cal,
happen.
maybe?
It gets
Yeah.
really windy.
I don't know about an M16,
We're not-
but
Like max
M2
range is
maybe,
34,500,
probably.
3,400.
I don't know if we
Yeah.
can do that.
Okay,
Forgive me, I
okay,
don't have
okay.
the white papers in front of me.
Wait, is
Read
that your-
monsters.
is that your
yeah,
Sasa moment?
That was my
Great
Sasa
Ghost,
moment.
she's gonna-
Oh,
Anyways,
okay. Mine is so lately I've been really obsessed with this roller coaster building game called Planet Coaster. It's basically everything you ever wanted from Roller Coaster Tycoon. But my Sasa moment came from realizing that I could actually build these maps in Planet Coaster to fit in with my Dungeons and Dragons campaign. And we can't post that just yet because we haven't played the campaign yet, but after we play it, we can post,
Oh, you're down to
video
record
walks. Well, I mean, at least a walkthrough of the map
it.
to show you how I did it, and I'm really excited. It's gonna be great.
I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to try it. My Sasa moments, I've had quite a few. Just bring down the list. First and foremost, it was a playing Lone Echo single player space game. It's this open world free roaming game where you're on the space station on what's the planet?
It's the Kronos 2 mining facility in the rings above Saturn.
Saturn. Perfect. And so when you're just floating, when you let go of a pipe or your anchor and you just float into space for the first time and you take everything in and you're slightly spinning and you don't know what the next thing you can grab is, it is, again, absolutely breathtaking. So that moment, pretty much any moment playing Lone Echo, anything to do with All Might from My Hero Academia as well. And yeah, I think that's me for this week.
Lone Echo, really quick. I need to show you how to find the scooter.
Scooter? I was looking for it, and then everything changed.
Scooter?
I don't know if it's there
Oh,
anymore.
yeah. You want to go fast?
Gotta go fast. Yes. Mr. Everliving.
I was looking for it, but then I was rudely interrupted, so I couldn't look for it. So I don't remember mine. It was something online that I was looking at earlier, and
something about the word.
I can't. I was trying to find it on my phone, but I can't find it. So we'll come back to that later.
What is the topic? Or
I-
yeah. What?
That's why
What
I
are you?
say-
What are you typing into Google then? What?
I'm just
Type that
I'm
in.
just looking through my search history, like looking through my history.
It was probably a very
Pornhub,
warm rock
Pornhub,
that he could
Pornhub.
nap on.
Pornhub.
Like, yeah, because I remember I've just been surfing the internet. And I remember hearing some news I was really, really excited about. I'm still excited about, but I don't remember what it is.
All right.
So,
If
yeah.
you'd like, you can speculate on what he was excited
Comment
about.
down
in,
below.
Yeah, comment.
Yeah. What was Mr. Everliving
What
excited
was
about?
he excited
Guess
about?
right.
Wrong
Eternity?
answers only.
15
And-
quip quaps.
What gave you guys Sasa?
Nib
Let
nab.
us know in the comments what drives you, what gives you that physical feeling.
Morty's killing Morty's.
And you know what? If you remember all the lightning questions, just answer everything we answered, and I'll
Go
I'll
back to
read
the
it.
beginning of the video.
Let's start a conversation. And with that, do you all want to join me in?
I don't remember what
Wait,
it is.
how we starting?
Yeah, what is it?
Kick
As
it off this
always,
time.
as always, until fate next brings us together and never stop podcasting video games.
Stories.
Yeah.
Eh.
Press the button, Rummy.
Press
Press
the-
the button,
somebody
please.
press the
God, press the button.